As Melanoma Awareness Month winds down, dermatologists shift the focus from awareness to action as summer sun exposure ramps up. Medical experts link melanoma, which is the most dangerous form of skin cancer, to UV exposure from both sunlight and indoor tanning, calling it one of the most preventable cancer risks. Lisa Arkin with UW Health urges people to skip tanning beds entirely, citing strong evidence they significantly raise melanoma risk.
Tanning bed users are actually more likely to have multiple melanomas and melanomas in sun protected sites. And the reason for that is that the ultraviolet A exposure, which is coming directly from the tanning bed, directly causes DNA damage to your skin.